The Eastern Conference Finals, Game 4. The Charlotte Hornets have a commanding 3-0 series lead. Is it time for their dreams to be realized, for their thirst to be quenched? Find out tonight as they do battle against the New York Knicks. The Eastern Conference Finals continue.
Welcome back to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. The battle for the East has been a runaway 3-0 series, but that could all change tonight in Game 4. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, our reporter, Allie LaForce. So the Hornets starting 5, Miller at the 3 with Bridges at the 4, Colin Sexton out there with LaMelo Ball. And for New York, we've got OG Anunoby. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Brunson in at the 1. You take a look at New York. They are on their heels, facing elimination down 3-0 in these conference finals.
Well, they're a desperate team, and desperate teams are unpredictable. Some just roll over and give up, while others continue to fight. We'll see what they're made of tonight.
Now here's Brunson. Sexton grabs the board. Here's Bridges. Drops one in from the wing.
You know, we've seen Bridges knock down threes, but I think this is his sweet spot at 15 to 19-foot range.
Open shot from Brunson. Cans it with nobody near him.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Outside Sexton. Over Bridges. And it's Sexton. That time on the assist by Ball.
You have to admire Sexton's confidence. Fantastic initiative and understanding when to shoot off the catch.
Anunoby passes to Robinson. Now Towns. 4-3. Drains the triple.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Bridges, right side. Right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Bridges has got 5.
And Bridges made sure to get those points back right away.
Brunson passes to Towns. Oh, missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Ooh, got that one up quick.
Well, I love the feel Ball has when he should pull up or pass or whatever decision he has to make. His pace is outstanding.
Now here's Brunson. Anunoby passes to Brunson. 11 feet out. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Brunson's gotten a second bucket on the night.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Gets the 3-ball to go.
Well, you can see the work being put in on that particular shot for Bridges, and his confidence as a result is continuing to grow.
Now here's Brunson. Pass to Towns. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Towns has got his second basket of the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Charlotte shooting their initial free throws of the game here, and he drops it first.
You know, with LaMelo, you really have a one-man offense. I mean, there's not much he can't do on this end of the court.
A big group substitution here for New York. Yabusele, he's checked in for Robinson. Hart comes in for Anunoby. Clarkson's checked in for Bridges. And it's McBride in for Jalen Brunson. Hits the trifecta. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Plumlee. Shoots over Yabusele. Plumlee, no good. Hart with it. Outside McBride. Takes a 3. And again, New York with the triple. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Knicks out in front, leading by a point. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And we're back with more action from the Eastern Conference Finals on 2K Sports. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
On the court for the Hornets, James is out there with Knipple. Then there's Brandon Miller. Then it's Mason Plumlee. And it's Diabate in at the power forward position. New York trailing. And here's McBride. Clarkson outside. Back to McBride. New York working the ball around now. And again, New York with the triple.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustments.
Here's Knipple. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Knipple's got his first 2 points of the night. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Pass to Towns. Back to Hart. Here's Towns. And again, New York with the triple.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And Charles Lee wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for New York. Charlotte also making some changes. Miles Bridges checked in for Diabate. And it's Colin Sexton in for James. Now here's Sexton. And the three off target. Left side Brunson. Clarkson for three. And again, New York with the triple.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Sexton, that's good.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Brunson. It's Brunson working inside.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
The three, Sexton. And the Hornets, another three.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Here's Brunson outside. Yes, sir! Brunson for three.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. A lackluster effort on defense gave him the look he wanted.
Towns passes to Brunson. And we've got 28 seconds left in the first half. Hart from long range. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Brunson. He's got 9. An easy 2 on the layup. Brunson's got 7 points for the quarter.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
It was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Knicks, up 1. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Hey there, everybody. Halftime of Game 4 upon us, and it's a close game so far for the New York Knicks.
Getting points from that second unit was clutch. Depth protects you against injury, but it can also win a game for you.
Yeah, and those starters are going to have the fresh legs for the second half.
And looking at where the Knicks stand in this series, Guys, if you had to come up with one word to describe their situation in this series, what would it be?
Question for the panel. Is long shot one word or two? 'Cause
Yes.
it's not looking good.
Well, I think it's long-shot. So,
Let's pretend it's one word.
well, Cancun, that's the word.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we welcome you back to Game 4, folks. Thanks for joining us. Wow, Colin Sexton displaying all his skills today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out.
They've got Jalen Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Mike Brown. Brunson, another one falls for New York.
One of Brunson's best amongst his many weapons, that mid-range jab.
Here's Miller. And Charlotte, another 3.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
You know, Bridges rarely forces things. That's one thing you appreciate about his game. He stays within himself and plays within the flow of the game. I really like the start here. Great aggressiveness, red hot to start this half.
Brunson passes to Towns. Three-pointer, Bridges. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists in the game.
Bridges knew there was daylight, using his sleight of hand to get the bucket.
And Charles Lee wants a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And let's take a look at who's been lights out from beyond the arc in this year's playoffs. In the third spot, Con Knippel. Miles Bridges, 4th.
These guys have delivered from beyond the arc in a big way here in the postseason, stepping up and embracing the spotlight.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Bridges outside. New York working the ball around now. Towns for 3, and the Knicks another 3.
You know, looking at Towns, you really don't expect that kind of range. You better think again, though.
1:14 left in the third quarter. Back to ball. Pass to Miller. Let's go with a 3. And Charlotte, another 3.
Boy, he's been a monster this quarter. Carrying the load for sure.
Ball against Brunson. Shoots over ball. Another one falls for New York.
We're seeing another decisive performance from Brunson. He's absolutely controlling the pace of this game.
Here's ball. Plenty of space. And it's New York with a rebound.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide-open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Outside Robinson. Pass to Towns. Fires the 3. And again, New York with the triple.
He's a big reason why they're on top. I imagine they'll keep feeding. I would.
The 3 from Ball. The mellow knocks down the long one.
Ball will not let his opponent just own the arc. He can knock it down from there, too. So competitive.
Here's Brunson outside. And he can't get that one. Fires away from way outside. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Charlotte on top, leading by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the floor for Charlotte, the perimeter tandem, Sexton and Miller. Then it's Miles Bridges. Then there's LaMelo Ball.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
The free ball is down.
He wants the ball, has a flair for the dramatic, unfazed in big situations.
And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York. He shoots. Oh, he needed it, and he got it.
Reading the defense well that time. Brunson just rises and fires.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Okay, thanks, Allie. And here are the Knicks now, following the bucket by the Hornets. Here's Bridges. A hand on it. Miller against Anunoby. Tries from 19. Oh, yeah! That's good!
Yeah, a sign of things to come, hopefully. I mean, once Miller gets going, he is capable of dominating games.
And Brunson, here we go. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Miller fires. Rebounded by Towns.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
But, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Now here's Robinson. Here's Anunoby. Towns outside. He launches. Catch, stretching the floor. My goodness.
Man, how about the cool, calm collectedness of Town? Helps him come through when the game gets snug.
It's good.
Oh, how about that? Sexton with a huge bucket. A must hit, and he did.
Brunson taking his time here. Outside Anunoby. Knocks down the trifecta.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Now here's Ball. Yes, sir, with the three.
Ball delivering big time, and that's real leadership right there.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. Brunson. Down goes the jumper.
Just get the ball to Brunson. He is used to the bright lights and relishes producing when they're on.
LaMelo. It's good from beyond the arc.
Talk about coming up big. Ball not shying away from these moments.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in the game.
Five-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Towns making his mark from long range.
Absolutely amazing. This young man is so money, and his teammates absolutely love him. Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Big Cat.
Ball fires. It's money from deep.
Pressure's on, but it seems like Ball is not feeling any of it.
Ball against Brunson. It's good.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
I love it. Just thumbing his nose at the height disadvantage. He's able to get the space he needs and convert.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
And the Charlotte Hornets will move on.
Lots of credit to the work and effort they poured into winning this conference. You don't take that lightly because it's a significant achievement. They've sent some of the best teams in the East home early. Well done.
But with that success, a reminder that the most difficult part of this journey lies ahead.
True enough, but still, only one team comes out of each conference, and every year is a battle for the chance to go to the finals.
A chance to celebrate this moment because preparations are now in motion for the biggest matchup of the year, the NBA Finals. And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.